Hello, all you beautiful fuckers out there. How you doing? I'm just kidding. But hey, how's it going? This is Alex and Steve here.
People want to hear some bullshit, man. Just as much as they want to see their feed on Facebook.
Uh, you can't really blame them. I get caught up in that bullshit too.
Of course.
I hate to say it, but I got a pretty fucked up social media addiction. And I'm aware of it too, so I know when someone's talking to me and I'm looking at my phone, I'm just like, I look like a total piece of shit right now.
Yeah.
I'm not paying attention. I'm paying attention, but
Yeah.
I'm not there for them. And then I get mad when people do it to me. So it's just like, Steve, you're something else.
You do have those moments though, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I don't know. I couldn't process it right. Like,
Mhm.
I'm having a hard time processing things right now. Like, my head's just everywhere.
You know what I mean? Just like, does music help it, or do you think music just helps distract it?
No, it helps. Like I'm actually processing lyrics a lot better and understanding where I think where they're coming from,
Yeah.
or like reading in between the lines. Like, oh shit, like I kind of know what they're talking about.
Yeah. Like, what
Like-
kind of genres are you most related to right now that are helping with that process?
Well, I can't really answer that question because like I'm listening to a lot of everything.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm going back to like what was I listening to? Like this, I was listening to Kanye right now.
Yeah.
Never heard that album before, but then I never really gave it a chance just because his attitude. I was like, you know what, screw this fool, he's whack.
Yeah.
But I never heard it. Heard it last weekend. I've been playing it nonstop, and I'm just like, dude, it's hard. Like I've been missing out on this, for when did it come out? In '08?
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of
Yeah.
punished myself for doing that, and I don't want to do that again. So
What are you? So are the lyrics on that particular album relatable then?
to what I'm going through now?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess is that kind of what you're gravitating towards? More like understanding things as far as to how you're.
Yeah, like that album, like he's very like introspective
Mhm.
in himself. He's always talking about like how he wants to do this or what he wish he could do.
Yeah.
And I found myself doing that too, and it's just like, damn, I could, let's get some beats going. I'll make an introspective rap album about myself, or just. But I've been having a hard time with that too. Like musically, I've been like to get the juices going. Like it's just not there, and I really hate it that when I'm at work, like that's when the creativity comes. I don't have access to a pen and paper to write something down. Or like yesterday actually, I had some really good lyrics in my head.
Uh-huh.
And they were just there, split second, like, creativity was like, here, write this down.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give it to you again. You've been there.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was like, oh, shit. And I couldn't. And I was like, I'll remember it later. And I just kept repeating it. And I repeated it so much, it just kept getting mixed up with other ideas. Like, oh, throw this in there.
Yeah.
Oh, say this. Oh, pause and then say that.
Yeah.
And I was
get
like, no, like, it was just too much. And I lost it.
you.
And I was supposed to come home yesterday and work on it, but I couldn't, like, I don't know. Like, I just got caught up in doing something else.
Gotcha. So is it do a lot of the lyrics you've been relating to lately are a lot about, like you said, introspective things and what you wish you could do?
Yeah. Yeah, like there was this, that new album by Fiddler, like Gianni showed me.
Yeah.
It's really good. And I found it on Spotify, and I've been streaming it like again all week too. And just like some of the like lyrics, like that guy beats himself up a lot.
Yeah.
Like Gianni told me a little backstory on him. It's pretty messed up. Like he's OD'd like a few times.
Yeah.
His girlfriend OD'd and died.
Jesus.
Yeah, and he was like molested as a kid. So he's got a pretty fucked up life. So you can't really blame him for being a drug addict,
Yeah, yeah.
I actually don't get mad at those type of people because it's just a disease. They don't want to do it, it's hard.
It's a coping mechanism,
Yeah. I mean, same thing with drinking for me. Like there are times I just want to,
Pound.
fucking pound on a Wednesday night.
Uh-huh.
I used to,
Uh-huh.
when I was going through my divorce, used to pound like on Mondays,
Yeah.
and I noticed it was getting bad. And I kind of waned off it.
Yeah.
And throughout the week, beer here and there. Then I was getting fat. And then, but I noticed like I haven't really been craving it as much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, it's just like maybe on Friday I'll have one, like 3 the most.
Yeah, like we usually have a 6-pack
Yeah.
on Friday or something, you know.
So it's like, okay, you know, it's kind of cool. Like I was able to grasp a hold and notice that I had a tending like alcoholic problem.
Yeah.
Because like my dad was a hardcore alcoholic. My grandpa's still kind of he's an alcoholic, but like a functioning one.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, like that kind of like is like, you know, people say it's hereditary. I think it's bullshit.
Yeah.
But you can kind of see the patterns.
Yeah, definitely. No, yeah, it always kind of flows down, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if you're not around it, you know, 24/7, it eventually kind of rolls into you because you saw it, you know, it got into you too early or something.
Mm-hmm. And it kind of like, it's kind of weird though, because like out of my whole siblings, I was the only one who pounded like that. They were just like, you know, whatever about it.
Yeah, none of them are really much like drinkers, huh? Like I know Chris probably drinks the most out of all you guys. Well, I mean, more than him, but I mean,
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I was like just like going through a lot in myself, like trying to figure out where I stand now. Like trying to still figure it out.
So is music playing a big role in that right now?
I want it to be, but like I'm trying not to force it. You know, that's where I'm frustrated.
I mean, as far as like you're trying to incorporate it as far as inspiration to do music and other things, or you're just trying to like incorporate it that way you can kind of, I guess, get more of like a grasp on yourself.
Like honestly, like the only answer I can come up with is it's I feel I should be doing it. I'm always saying, you know, I just want to drop everything and you know, like make it like at least a song or an album, like a complete. I make them and I don't finish them. I write it, I don't finish it. I just want to at least make a complete song, and I think that's the first step. If I finish, you know, a song and master it, you know, and make it sound really not good, but you know, complete, then that's a step.
Well, what's the kind of what would if you could pick it, you know, in your head, just what would be the first kind of song you would want to make?
I would want to.
Yeah, like if you had only yourself, like don't overcomplicate what you need to do it. If you could do it, and you had the tools to do it right here in this room, what kind of song would you want to make?
Probably like a song where it's just like it starts off like you know, like rhythm, like not like a folk song.
Okay, so like more acoustic?
Yeah, acoustic, okay. You know, just me and the guitar for now. Or like, you know, and some electric.
Yeah, and throw electric in later.
Yeah.
So would you be singing too?
Oh, yeah. Like, I need to get that shit out. Like, this whole morning, like, I just felt so frustrated. Like, I don't know how to put it. Like, sometimes I just feel the need to sing.
Yeah.
And if I can't sing, I get really upset.
Yeah.
And that's like when the world just comes in and just tells me I'm a piece of shit. You know? I'm not going to be anything. And it sucks because, like, I'm trying not to be, but for a good while, like, a really good while, like, I'm very negative.
Yeah.
And it's just really hard to not be.
You got to train yourself not to be, man.
Well, I know, but, like, I'm just so good at it. Like, it's just, it kind of, like, plays a part in, like, the little...
Yeah.
Comedian side of me, like, you know, I play off of
the darkness kind of
dark comedy element. And you know, but then it's just like, dude, I want to be happy too, you know.
Well, like you said, you get good at it. You know, you got so many years under your belt on knowing how to avoid yourself, but I mean, just as good as you are at something doesn't mean you got to keep doing it.
True. Damn. Why aren't you in my head?
I am in your head.
No, you're not. Yeah, you are kind of. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I hear you, fool.
No, I mean the only reason like I even.
No, I hear you in my head. I'm just messing with you.
No, I know. I just wanted to add onto that little layer was that no, I kind of understand what you're saying. You know, I think maybe given our circumstances, you know, how we grew up, we were around a lot of music. You know, we had a lot of musical influences, and we ran with a lot of them. Of course, we were given, you know, a lot of classic rock and stuff. But, you know, as life got harder, we started to, you know, latch more onto the darker stuff, you know, because the world was there. You know, it was easy. It was up for the grabs. And it was like I said, it was easy just to run with it because they, for the time being, would absorb the pain and we'd be able to kind of function after that, but without knowing, we're also building a wall between that positivity and walling ourselves in with that negativity. And it's when you get so used to listening to real melancholy tones, you end up kind of building your personality off of that when you could just go about the day and be positive about it.
Oh damn, yeah, for real. No, I mean, like, it's kind of sick too in a way for me because sometimes I'm addicted to just being sad.
Yeah.
Like,
mm-hmm.
I don't know, I found a comfort in it, but then I don't want to anymore.
Well, up until now, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Change.
Like, it was just so easy just to shut everyone out.
Yeah.
Just, I was always in my head, I'll be with my family. I'm not fucking there. Like,
no,
I'm
yeah,
in space.
for sure. Like, yeah, no,
and they're all this,
that.
they do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, it was just easy. Like, at a young age, I found, like, it was chill to be alone. Like, I wasn't worried about it. Like, I played alone. Like, I was not outcast. Like, I play with my brothers and shit, but they play too rough and they make me cry and shit.
Yeah.
And my cousins make me cry. No one was helping me, so I just went, fuck you guys, and I just go off on my own.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, there's that.
They just didn't know how sensitive you were.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm a real sensitive guy.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I'm right there with you.
I have the feels.
Yeah. No, we did what we had to, as like middle children, we had you had Chris and Greg, and I had my brother and my sister, and you guys got to live all together, but you at the same time, you had to live all together, and it being even so close in age and so apart from age from your younger ones, it's all three of your older ones are all completely different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have more in common with your younger siblings than you do with your older ones.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, I mean, it's because you isolated yourself from the older ones who should have been kind of maybe guiding you a little more.
Yeah.
You really didn't have anyone to necessarily talk to, because I mean, even once Katie and Caleb came of age, they were doing their own shit.
Well, there was that, but then like in my late teens, like to early 20s, like I had Greg a lot on one-on-one.
Yeah.
And I'd open up to him because we shared that room.
Yeah, definitely.
And my brother, he went to Iraq.
Yeah.
So like we were both like coping with that and trying to stay positive, trying to keep everybody up in spirits. Like he's cool. God's got him. So like we just, that's when like the music really took off for me. It's like he would listen to music, and like even though I was like into my own thing, like I'd still like listen to his shit, just like spy on him a little bit. And when he'd leave, I listened to his playlist and be like, okay, like it's pretty tight, like
yeah.
Like I got into the Strokes, like he'd play them all the time.
Yeah.
And I just got really into them, and then he picked up the bass, and then
start slapping the bass.
Yeah, slap that bass, and then he got me into guitar, and then he got me a guitar, and then we just took off from there. Like,
did you ever get to mess with? You did. I noticed you had some recording equipment, some pedals. You had like a little pedal board, some delay, and loop back.
Like what I'm saying is just like I wish I could just fucking quit my job.
Yeah.
Like I said, someone just give me a chance, like just fund me.
Yeah.
Or just like with no consequence, just quit my job for a month, see what I got, and just fucking record. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do that because I got like 66 hours of vacation.
You can use that time. I mean, it's up to you how you want to do it, but I mean, you don't necessarily gotta quit your job to feel you deserve an opportunity to record.
No, I'm not saying quit, but just like like I feel like I'm wasting my time. Like, I know we all have to go work, day to day to support ourselves and stuff, but I don't know. Like, I just really want to be a full-time musician,
Yeah. I mean, you got to work at it.
Yeah. No, for sure. No, it's not going to come easy.
No, I mean...
But I'm just scared to take that route is what I'm trying to get at. Like, I want to do it, but I'm scared.
Well, how long have you been holding yourself back from it because you've been afraid that you were going to fail at it?
Years.
Well, I mean, until you failed at it, you really even haven't done it. So, I mean, there's nothing to be scared about.
Yeah, I know.
And even if you fail on your own laurels, you know, and then if you want, you pick up, get back at it, or, you know, just at least tell yourself you tried. I mean, there's nothing negative to come of it. The only negative things are the things keeping you from doing it.
Yeah, I know. It's just like a stupid, like, I'm holding myself back.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, Spider-Man when he's trying to tear off that black suit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's just like that.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like, get the fuck off, you know? Like, I know I can do this.
Yeah.
Like, I was telling John, too, like, I don't know, ever since I moved back here, like, all my old insecurities that I thought I shed came back.
No, because we thought we left them behind, you know, but we came back to these piles of us that we didn't fully understand.
Mm-hmm. And then so I was like, you know, I thought I broke through this barrier.
Yeah.
You know, I left that behind.
Well,
I know what I'm worth. So, like, what?
So, yeah, so what's the problem? I mean, we left it behind, but coming back to it, you know, doesn't mean that it's not going to not be there.
I just wish I could just go in my brain and find that part of me and just kill it. You know, if it was that easy.
It's wires, man. You just got to, you know, relearn yourself. And like you said, you know your self-worth. So, I mean, it's not going to be something overnight, but I mean, it's, you know, if you want to do something, you do it, you know, and it's just, but you got to be realistic to yourself about it all at the same time.
Yeah, true.
Because, I mean, the responsibilities and obligations aren't going to go away, you know.
Oh, no,
as shitty as they may be, in order for us to make the dollar to get through to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, we always have time to ourselves. We can always do whatever it is we want, you know, but I mean, as easy it is to start something is as easy it is to get distracted to not start something.
Yeah. I don't even desire to like take off, you know?
Yeah.
I would just be happy if there was like a few avid listeners who like what I play and were just like I would appreciate a cult following rather than make it big. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Or just like get people going.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you know, oh, like I paint to your music. Like that would be pretty dope to hear.
Yeah.
Be like, oh shit.
No, that would be cool, man. And you have had a couple people who've used your tones for things, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's like, there it is. Like, I know I can do it, but fuck, like, just even getting that release, too. Mm-hmm. Like, there's just, like, a release. Like, the best way I can put it is just an orgasm. Like, it's like, it's just a fucking... Yeah, it's like you musically jizz. You've been there. You know?
Of course I have.
Your room's just covered in it.
I've musically jizzed. It's all over, dude. It's in my pants right now.
Your guitar's just like, oh, it's coming. It's like the Skittles rainbow. Just
fucking Mount Vesuvius.
Yeah, it's just like a release.
Yeah.
And like, you know, the same endorphins kick in and you just feel it and you just get that energy going. And especially like if you're in a band and you have chemistry and that shit just kicks in. Mm-hmm. And you don't give a fuck about the crowd. Well, I don't. Yeah. I don't give a fuck about the crowd. I mean, I'm here with you.
Yeah,
you know, they're enjoying it. Good for them, but...
Yeah, this is my thing.
This is an atmosphere we're creating, like a world we created. They're living in, like.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's pretty much what's going on with me. Like,
do you think there's not enough people? I'm sure you've probably told that to a few people. And got whatever answers you had as far as, you know, wanting to just be a full-time musician. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can tell it to anybody, parents, friends, and a lot of people who aren't in the same shoes as you would probably say, you know, oh, well, I mean, go for it, you know, do it. But I mean, like, you know, can you pay your bills with it? You know, they bring the real world into it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's not necessarily something bad. I mean, that's just people worrying about what you want to do. But,
yeah, no, for sure. I mean,
because of that, do you feel like you don't have enough support in doing it? Is that why you haven't?
To an extent, yes. Like, I don't know. My parents were like, yeah. I just never felt they were there for my hobbies. Yeah. Well, not hobbies, but passions. I just want some recognition. Like, like I just want. I don't know. It sucks. Like they you know, we have that humor where you poke at them, you know, like you don't say what you want to say, like, oh, that sounds good. It's like, oh, you know, that could have been better. It's just like, the fuck.
Yeah.
Or I forgot, like me and Greg were like riffing off each other and we created this dope song And then my dad came in and he's like, oh man, that's a cool song. Like, who's it from? And Greg's like, oh, we just made it right now. My dad was just like, yeah, right. And he just closed the door and walked out. And I was just like, what the hell? I mean, like, you know, he was joking, but
Yeah.
but I know he listens because like I know I when I make a song on SoundCloud, I just put it on Facebook. You know,
Mhm.
whoever wants to click it can click it, but
Yeah.
it's me. It's the only way it's gonna get noticed is if I share it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like he commented about it. He said like, you know, it was different, like in a good way.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, but I don't know. Like again, that's where the sensitivity thing lies in.
Yeah.
Like I always felt unnoticed, like by my parents when it came to important things, and then when it came to things that where I got in trouble for nothing, or you
Mhm.
know I got the bad, the negativity.
That's
That's when they noticed me.
Yeah, and that's what they put you up on, right?
And that's why I always like act up in a way more than my siblings. Like honestly, that's why I act up, and that's why I, try to take conversations to the extreme, or like
Uh-huh.
say something dirty, or
Yeah.
just call my parents nigga or something.
Uh-huh.
I just
I
want,
remember that one.
yeah, I'm just seeking attention.
Yeah.
And I forgot. I remember one time, like I got so mad, like at work when my brother was working with me, and he's just like, seriously, what the fuck is your problem? And I was just like, dude, I just want to be loved.
Yeah. That's honest, man.
Yeah, and like I just like put my head down, and he's just like, fuck, that's real.
Yeah.
He just gave me a little hug. He's like, I love you. And I was
cool,
like,
man.
well, I know you do, but like.
Yeah.
I told him, I fucked up. I had love and I was too scared to accept it.
Yeah.
And now that I am ready to accept, it's not there no more. Like, it's not an
Yeah.
option. Like, I have to work at that again.
Mhm. Yeah, it's hard to accept love from someone else if you can't accept it from yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's until you're, happy, until you can legitimately tell yourself you're happy, just for even what you have now, man.
Yeah.
You're never gonna be. You gotta just kind of accept yourself for what you have. Your faults, and use them as strong points. It's the more you linger in what you don't have. It's
Yes. Also, too, like, every year, like, I have to, like, accept myself.
mm-hmm.
Like, so 2014 was cool, 2013 was cool.
Yeah.
I broke through some barriers. I accepted myself. I was like, it's okay. Well, it's not okay, but it's like, okay, that was me, but, I can better myself. And I
Yeah.
did. And so this year was cool. Like, I bettered myself physically, but mentally I was, I'm going back to the same BS.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I got better physically. Now I got to work mentally. Like, I forgot. Was I telling you? Like, like last episode.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be, I want to be sharp mentally. I want to be good physically.
Mm-hmm.
And be humble, you
Yeah.
know. So like I'm not saying like being humble is like beating yourself up and calling yourself a loser, but
Yeah.
just like I guess put others before yourself. Selfless,
Yeah.
chill.
Well, you are naturally selfless, man. I mean, I think you got to be selfish in the way where that you can actually benefit from it. You know what I mean? It is good to be self-absorbed in the extent of, like I said, your hobby.
Mhm.
It's it doesn't mean that you're not don't care about anyone. It just means that you want to care a little bit for yourself now.
Yeah.
And that's just as important as everything else.
Yeah. So like just doing that and just like feeling the pressure
Mm.
of the world and responsibility, because like it was just a bad week, like last week.
Uh-huh.
My car broke down out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Me putting money into it, taking care of it, thinking that I'm doing good. The
Yeah.
oil's being changed. I'm on top of the problems. I got a mechanic.
Yeah.
And it just broke down like bad, and it's just like it's to the point where I just don't want to fix it anymore. I'm just like, you
Yeah.
know what? It's dead. I'm calling it.
Yeah.
I'm pulling the plug. And then I got hit with the U.S. Department of Education wanting to like take money out of my paycheck now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of
garnish.
very little of what I make, garnish my wage. And not only that, I have constant reminders of my creditors of what I owe them.
Yeah.
Plus the state of California for the overpayment and unemployment they gave me. That grand $50 that turned into $864. Like, due to negligence. But I told him I had no idea this was going on. You just told me I'm late and that I owe $864. So how could I be negligent about something I didn't know about? And I wrote it, and we had a court hearing, and I lost anyways. So it's like, brother can't catch a break, But I think I hate to say it, but where I shine the best is when I'm in my struggle. Like when I lose my job, that's when I work harder and I come back stronger and I find a better job.
Well, it's good you at least know that, you know what I mean? Instead of not letting all these life tests get to you.
Yeah, well, I understand, it's just like, that's life, man. I mean, there's no point in worrying about things you can't control.
Exactly.
It's like, worrying about a ship that's sinking. Okay, so it's sinking. Can you fix the problem? No. What can you do to survive? Grab something. Come up with an idea. Mm-hmm. Don't just fucking sit there and scream with you like a chicken with his head chopped off. I learned that a very long time ago, with my parents. There was always a struggle.
Right.
Here and there. Food. Or clothes,
Yeah.
I love hand-me-downs.
Even just somewhere to sleep, man, because I know you slept on the floor. You know how that feels.
Actually, yeah, no. I got so used to it, I couldn't sleep on my bed. I fucking put my mattress, I put it on the floor, I knocked right out. Yeah,
there's something about it, right? Just kind of stays with you after a while. Yeah. I remember very specifically the thickness of the carpet in your room,
that blue rug.
It was so comfortable compared to the one I was on, and the rugs I would use to try to make a mattress. It was like, I was just like, damn, this guy's sleeping on the floor, but he's got a better rug than I do.
He's sleeping on the floor, but he's sleeping like the king.
Yeah, dude, and something just about that kind of sticks with you, and it's not necessarily something you got to remember as a struggle, and that's all you deserve just because you went through a hard time.
Yeah, yeah, you want the best, but I mean, to train you for real life, to be an adult like my parents did, pretty good job. They taught me how to be independent at a very young age. 8 years old, fucking making coffee and fucking doing my own laundry.
Yeah.
So you just catch on things quick, and you just you do them. And so it's like, oh, hey, you didn't wash my clothes? No, you could do it yourself. No one's stopping you. That was my mom's favorite. That was her all-time quote. No one's stopping you. I
heard her say that once.
Or I don't care. So I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, I don't know. That's just how that's just how I was programmed at a young age. It's just like, okay, this is the problem. What are we gonna do to fix it?
Yeah.
Because I allow myself to. I'm not gonna lie. The problems do get to me. I'll give myself maybe an hour, or if I need be a day, and I'll cry it out. I'm not gonna lie. I cry.
Yeah.
I'll cry it out.
You should. It's not healthy to keep that shit in, man. It builds.
Oh, hell no. No, if you bottle it up, don't do that, because you're going to be fucking killing yourself. And you're going to have a midlife crisis when you're 50. And if you're 50, start crying.
Pretty much, dude.
Yeah. But seriously, I'll just cry, I'll just bury my face in the floor and just, scream, do whatever, throw a tantrum.
Yeah.
But not but
yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
Because if I need to, just slap the floor real quick.
Yeah.
So I'll do that, and then I'll come out of it, go to the bathroom, wet my face, and just look at myself in the mirror and be like, how are you gonna get out of this? What are we gonna do? Stop playing.
Pretty much.
So you just that's just how I do it, and it's just okay.
Yeah, I mean, you never. Like I said, when you kind of ball it up, you never know when it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was for specifically, but I remember it vividly only because it was the first time I think I had probably been. I actually acted it out. I was upset. I was probably just like how I was right now. I was, I guess, calm, but I mean, I guess I felt it creep up and it crept in, or whatever it was, and then I was driving, and I think I had my visor down, but I remember just getting pissed and punching it and grabbing it and fucking breaking it, snapping it right off the car and just fucking throwing it out the window.
Oh shit.
Punching my steering wheel and fucking just crying about it, and just kind of stopped and I was just like, fuck, did that really happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And,
I know, for sure.
Yeah, it creeps in, man. It's...
Yeah, I mean, there's, losses, I still feel. And it's just like, you just gotta, like, I'll recognize it.
Uh-huh.
I'll give it its moment and just be like, I miss you. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on.
Yeah, you always gotta move on, dude. It's the hardest and easiest thing,
Mm-hmm.
anyone can do.
Yeah.
Because there's so much attached to just one thought, and it can go either way,
Yeah. Like, I had this thought this morning too over my morning coffee. Like, I was just had my phone on random, like, and I just had it on John Frusciante, and there was this one song. It was called "Enough of Me," and he says whatever we lose, it'll come back to us eventually.
Yeah.
It'll find its way back to us once again. But then he has this one song called "One More of Me." It's the same. It's like if you play them together, they harmonized, and it just blows my mind how he wrote that. And I'm like, fuck, he's just too good. It's like, and then in the second song, he's saying it's fucking gone.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing else to do but just move on.
Yeah.
And he's basically saying you're killing yourself if you're still trying to hold on to what's gone.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit, and like I had a little epiphany. Like I heard these songs a bunch of times, and I barely realized. Like last year, I realized they coincide together.
Yeah.
And I listened to them back to back.
Uh-huh.
And then someone was like, "You should like." I was reading the comments on YouTube, and someone was like, "Dude, if you really want to hear this song, you should play them both at the same time." But I haven't gotten a chance to do that, so I'm like, "Damn, that'd be tight."
Yeah.
But I grasped the lyrics today, and I was just like, "Oh, damn." Like one song's giving you hope, and the other song's telling you, like it's not healthy.
Yeah.
To just let it go. So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool.
You take its advice?
Yeah.
Yeah?
What?
I said, yeah? Just, yeah? You didn't even sound confident in it.
No, because I know the answer.
Yeah.
But, like, I've known the answer for a long time.
Mm.
That's why I was just like, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you can give people advice, but, they're going to do what they want to do.
Of course, yeah. I mean, you can't,
But, no, I'm going to actually try to take the effort and just stop beating myself up over, past sins and this and that.
Yeah, I mean, you got to let that shit go. They weigh you down as much as you think about them.
Mm-hmm. And just be like, you know what? Just, like, have some self-confidence and some self-worth.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to a friend, and she's like, fuck, dude, can you, like, toot your own horn for once? She's like, you never fucking brag about yourself. And I was like, because I don't want to be an asshole.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, dude, a little bit would be okay.
Yeah,
and I'd be like, yeah, but I don't want to be an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just that self-worry, that want of not...
I hate show-offs.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be a show-off,
Well, I don't think it's really a show-off. I think it's just more of like you said, you want to be humble, but at the same time, you don't want people to think something of you that you're not. So you tend to just try to play it safe, but then no one ever really gets to know who you are.
Yeah. I also, like, need to let more people in, too. Like, I let a few people in, but I just I just don't want to give all myself.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
It is exhausting,
But I shouldn't hide who I am, for sure. No one should.
No. I mean, but you should also be the who you want to be, and let yourself open at the same time, and, get used to bringing the walls down, because, you can let people in, but even if you're guarded, it's not going to make any difference.
Yeah, for sure. I hate it, too. Like, some people can just tell. Like, dude, like, let your guard down. And I'm like, it's not up. And they're like, yes, it is. I see that shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, like, I want to be, like real. Like, I don't want people to see, like, a guard. I hate people that can read my body language, because the more I know they're reading me, the more tense I get. And I'm just like, get out. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop. But then it's just like, no, like, let them in, but, if they're going to hurt you, that's when the guard should come up.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't be guarded all the time.
No. Yeah, I mean, there's times to be guarded and there's times, not to be, but I mean, people are, asking simple questions, and, maybe if they're too personal for you that you feel like you wouldn't answer for only certain people, there's...
Yeah. I don't know you that well.
Just, yeah, that too. I mean, yeah, you don't know them that well, but I mean, just because you don't know someone that well doesn't, mean you can't be secure in, what you have to tell them, because if you're trying to hide that from someone else, then you're only trying to hide it from yourself.
Damn, that is true. Yeah, for sure. I don't know, like, like, there's two things going on right now. Like, I really want to be open and selfless, and then the other side is just conflicted with that. Like, he wants me to be isolated and guarded, and like this, the new personality is like, no, we're done with that. That's it. Chill. Like, I'm tired of my body language being tense and stiff, and I've been like that for years, and it's just brought me nothing but like arthritis in my hands and just in my shoulders. Like, I'm just I feel that shit, and it's just like, can I, like, my shoulders, I just want them down for the whole day. I just want them down, like, just like lazy, lackadaisical, fucking shrugged, not hunchback, but just
right. Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
I'm trying to be comfortable in my own body.
Yeah.
And it's a challenge for me.
Because it's probably the first time you've ever really opened yourself to yourself, let alone anyone else. It's we're our worst enemies. The biggest tricks we play are on ourselves.
Yeah, it's going fairly well though. Like,
that's good.
Like, diving deep inside myself, like getting to know myself before I get to know anyone else. I think that's a good therapy for me right now. Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. But like I just see right now, like, my mind is a forest, and I'm just navigating through it, trying not to get lost.
You should be navigating through it like you know it.
I don't know it because I've been avoiding it this whole time.
No, don't allow yourself to get lost in it anymore. Allow yourself to remember what's there.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So don't leave no bullshit ass breadcrumbs, but like leave a solid pathway.
Yeah.
Make a path.
Yeah, make paths, dude, so you know where you're going. Don't think of it as a big, green land of a bunch of trees, with no path. Think of it as, a structured place where you can go to and fro.
Oh, that's tight. Dude, that's really tight. I like that, because I was just picturing a fucked up green thick ass forest with fog, and I'm just wandering through it like.
Even in fog, you can have your roads. The fog can be the other side of the forest that you're walking away from, because you know your way back to the green.
That's tight. But there's also one thing, like, I don't really appreciate about myself is, like, I can be very self-destructive. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, like I said, up until now, I've just... like you said, it was easy. It's something you latch onto. But, I mean, it's because you don't want to have control when, there's something you don't like going on. It's just you'd rather have no control because you're used to not allowing yourself to be happy or accepting things that are good.
Yeah. Like, okay, I'm just going to put it out there. Just, like, you just, like, ever have these stupid-ass thoughts just to, like, throw your life away and just, get into hardcore drugs?
Yeah,
do you ever think that way?
I've had those, thoughts before, but I've never actually done it. I think it's just the thought of it soothes me because it makes me realize just how low things can really go and that I'm nowhere near that.
Okay. That's a good way to put it. Because, it's like, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't get into heroin because I hate needles. Like,
exactly. You hate needles,
This shit's fucking scary. Plus, like, the chance of ODing is like 50-50.
Yeah.
But still, it's like something I think about, and it sucks. It's like, dude, the fuck.
Yeah, I've been told before. It's, it was, that I haven't someone I hadn't seen in a while. It's, it's good to see you. I was glad to hear you're not, face down in a ditch somewhere. I'm just like, the fuck's that supposed to mean? But I was just out there, and then until this day, I thought about it. I was just like, it's definitely some dark humor, but I mean, it's like I understand that and why they would have said that, because I was definitely a big downer. I kept myself down and I was used to it. I liked it. I was addicted to it and didn't think I deserved anything more.
Yeah.
But, I got past that, and now I'm just like, I don't really give a fuck what anyone says or what I tell myself. Is because I know, beyond all my bullshit, that I'm already over the fence, walking my forest.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I know, we were fucking downers, huh?
Yeah, man, we were pretty dark.
And like I would just
Past tense.
Yeah, we're downers. I'm like, I would just do the Joker role just to save face. It's like hurting on the inside, screaming.
No, definitely, man. That's how you coped. You definitely you told jokes, and you turn things into a joke, which it can ease tension or break the ice, especially if you realize you brought someone into something more dark than you were expecting.
Put them into something fucked up situation. And be like, oh, but it's gonna be funny. And they're like, okay, I'll go with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I know your patterns probably just as much as you know mine. It's I can wear my emotions on my sleeve and you'll know it. And I probably think I'm being normal, and in reality I'm, look like I'm fucking melting into the couch. In all different shades of black.
Yeah. What about like suicide? You ever like think about that?
Oh yeah, I've been told I should kill myself before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But it's I mean it was. I had thought about it before, definitely, and I was just like, that's fucking stupid. I learned to tell myself, and one of the first couple of times I had thought about it and was told, I was like, that's a fool's way out, dude. It's like, there's no way I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? It's nothing is ever that bad. Something always comes from, light always comes from dark.
Yeah.
Dark will always come first because it reminds you that the light is still there and it'll keep you running for it.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. Like, I have the same thing. Like, I just call it an empty threat.
Yeah,
like I tell myself, don't bullshit me with that empty ass threat. Like, if we were to do it, like, we're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
And I always use we when I.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because you're talking to yourself. That's like you said. You gotta recognize that there's more than, just you in there sometimes.
Ah, man, it sucks though. And I just kind of want to tell that part of my brain, just like, stop bringing that up. We're not gonna do it. You're just bullshitting. Yeah. Fuck off.
Well, then tell yourself that, man.
No, I do, but then it just keeps knocking. It's just there. It's like, stop.
Don't answer the door.
Fuck off.
Yeah, part of you likes the mystery of seeing what's gonna be there, but
exactly.
So just avoid the knock. Learn to tune it out.
For sure.
Like you said, it's an empty threat. It's stupid. It's to think that we have to think that just to get through it, so we can tell it to shut up. Shouldn't even be the situation. We should just learn to avoid it altogether. Yeah. We know how to avoid it. And because like I said, there's still that part of us that likes to creep in those dark spaces of ourselves. It'll always
I just want to know,
be interesting.
Yeah, like I just want to know why. Like, why am I so fascinated with my own funeral? I'm not gonna be there to fucking enjoy it. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna eat the food. And a lot of people, like. I even put it on status as Facebook, like, does anyone else plan their own funeral? And if you do, what playlist are you going to put on your, your last request?
Great Gig in the Sky.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
like, we all have songs, but it's, and like, I want people to, like, put me in a boat and fucking, like, shoot me with a flaming arrow. Yeah. I'm not going to see oil. That. Yeah. I'm not going to see that. I'm not going to be there with my phone like, oh, cool. I'm going to be dead.
Just kind of shows to show you how selfish we are, even to the grave, right?
Exactly.
But, yeah, man, I think people like us are just more in tune with their mortality, that we, can think about it in so many different ways. And it is, for some weird reason, exciting to think about, but in the end, we're just like, oh, come on, that's a long ways away, Why waste your time trying to think about something, like you said, something you can't control? And if there's anything we know you can't control, it's your mind. You can stop the knocking, you can create the roads in the forest, and you can be happy,
Exactly. That's what I like. Also, at like some bullshit ass thought got in my head at a very young age. Like, I don't know how I even came up with this idea, but it's just been in my head for years. I said I'm only gonna live up to 30.
Yeah.
So, when I was 16, I would always be like, well, I'm only going to live to 30 anyways, fuck it. And, like, right now I'm 27, and in a few months I'm going to be 28, and I don't know why I still have that stupid-ass fear.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, no, you're not gonna die. No one's gonna kill you,
Yeah.
or you're not gonna get into no mysterious car wreck.
Yeah.
You're not no fucking 1960s
Yeah.
musician.
It's
you're
like,
not doing
it's
coke
like,
or
it's like
anything.
trying to believe in fucking Y2K or 2012.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's just
But I want to know where that came from. Like, do I think of myself as just some special being that's only gonna be here for 30 years, and then when I'm dead, you're all gonna cry, and I'm gonna be in heaven or hell, and be like, you should have fucking appreciated me while I was here. I think that's it. I think I just found it.
Well, yeah, there you go. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it, I answered my own question just now.
We're done. We're done with me for
God. Yeah. No, but that's an important find, man. It's sometimes it takes just speaking, saying the words, because I mean, our heads are so big. We got like palaces up there that even if there's information we know it, saying it out loud is a completely different story because we can actually believe it.
Yeah, no, there are gonna be plenty of years to come. Like that whole suicide bullshit, like
it's done, man.
Yeah, no,
it's
people
done.
people are gonna be sad, but it's just like I have so much to live for. Like I got new nieces and a new nephew. I might have kids down the line. I'm saying no now, but holding those little bastards, it's just opening it up. It's like, I'm getting baby fever. Like,
yeah.
I kind of just want to find someone to have a baby with and just keep the baby.
You selfish motherfucker.
It's mine.
No, I think I was that way with my little sister, Sarina. When she was born, I was in a rut. I was at the time too overweight, and I was just really, really, really down on myself. I wasn't working. I was living with my dad. I had a car, but I had no money for gas, so I couldn't really go anywhere. And when I did, I was going just to fucking blaze it and just run away from the problem,
Oh.
And yeah, and then when she was born, it a lot of things changed, and I felt loved, for the first time, I think. And just seeing her face there, I remember I was so worried the first day she come back from the hospital because we let her fall asleep, kind of on her stomach, on the couch.
Yeah.
I was so afraid she was gonna roll off and hurt herself. I stayed awake all night watching her. And I remember, I forgot who it was that was down there in the den with me saying, dude, why'd you stay awake? Like, she would have been fine. And I was like, no, just in case, she can roll over, I don't want her to get hurt. And, that little girl stole my heart at a very, very, when she was born, and she's had it ever since, and she's definitely very, very special to me in that way. Because, like I said, I finally learned to love someone else. And then that love for myself came in. Also, and because I realized what I had to offer, what I had to give, and that I wasn't just this pit of despair. I allowed myself to be, or drove myself to believe. And I moved past it. I started doing a lot of changes with myself, and I was always real self-conscious about how I look, so I changed that. I just took control of everything that was scaring me and I was afraid of, and it was it's all been uphill from there. Downhill, I guess.
Oh, still feel like there's something missing.
Yeah, man. Well,
thanks for listening.
Yeah, no problem, man. I knew you had some shit on your mind. I knew you were going through a hard time, and I wanted to give you your space, but at the same time, I wanted this, one-to-one with you.
Yeah.
And we could both benefit from it, I'm definitely on the up right now, you know what I mean? That's why,
Oh, I know, you bastard. Now it's just me and Joey are single now.
It's not just that, but I mean, it's a lot of things I've been coming to terms with too, you know what I mean? And like I said, we talked about music, and a lot of it started there, and just a lot of my issues too, and I've been learning how to confront a lot of them and be happy.
Crazy. Damn, you found that on your own?
No, I've had help.
Oh,
definitely.
Nice.
I do owe a lot of it to the partnership I have, but probably all of it, to be honest. And I've always waited for someone who would bring that out in me, and she's definitely doing that.
Fuck, kudos. Shit, that's tight.
Yeah, you can say she's what I've been waiting for. So, yeah.
Tight.
I'll wrap it up, man. That's on you now.
All right, well, that's it. That was me in a not so very complicated nutshell, which was very complicated.
I think people can appreciate that because it's more relatable the more you puzzle it and tie it in knots. So
yeah, I feel a lot better. Like I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Last weekend was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I was here in my room,
Mm-hmm.
in here in my head, and it was just me and. Oh, you were here.
Yeah.
But I was here with you, but I wasn't here.
No, I know what
you
you're
know,
saying. Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Well, thanks for sticking around, man. That meant a lot.
Of course.
All right, for sure. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks for listening.
definitely. Anyone else want to talk about some dark shit? Want to hear more about us, maybe? Because we're definitely got a fucking Rubik's Cube going here in our heads, and we're definitely going to be getting it out here probably in the next few episodes. So, again, with that in mind, email them to alexandsteve77@gmail.com. Be excited to see it.
There it is. Hey, yo, peep your eyes out for that mixtape. It's going to be dropping, and it's going to be fire.
Buy it!
Niggas.
Peace!
Bitch.